Hi, this is Nick from Pure Kitchen Catering, and today we are making a brine and brining some flank steak. So, brining is a wonderful technique for imparting flavor, as well as tenderizing, as well as really prolonging shelf life if you know you're not going to get to a cut of meats today or the next day. But mostly it's wonderful for flavor and keeping moisture in cuts of meat. So, at its most crucial sense, a brine is just salt and water. Obviously, we're going to do a little bit more than that. You can put a lot of aromatics in. So I've got some 2 quarts of boiling water. Here I've got a mix of parsley, thyme, bay leaf. Rosemary is also great. Just gonna kind of steep this in the water. So some chopped raw garlic, about a half a cup. Let this get going. Cup and a half of kosher salts and half a cup of black peppercorns, as well as a 1/4 cup of honey. This is a relatively not sweet brine. When you're doing meats in brine, you want to be careful about adding too much sweetness, because if you choose to go and sear in a pan, that sugar is going to come out and you're not going to get a very good caramelization. It's going to burn. So we're going with a relatively under-sweet brine. So I've got 2 quarts of water here, but I've also got 2 quarts of ice here so that we can whisk this up. You need it to be hot to dissolve your salt and sugar and to really soak in the aromatics. But then once we're all dissolved here, we take this and pour it over the ice. And it cools while it dilutes, and it'll be ready to use almost instantly. So here is the brine after I've strained out the peppercorns, the garlic, and the herbs. You want to let them steep in there for a little while though. Basically, just pour the brine. It's got to be cold, otherwise you're going to poach your flank steak. Totally submerged. And let it sit in the brine for about 1 hour to 2 hours, depending on your preparation. If you were grilling, I would say it could handle up to 2 hours. If you're going to pan sear, 1 hour would be more appropriate. And that is making and brining flank steak with Nick at Pure Kitchen Catering.